Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. It's His Transform, and I'm thrilled to bring you another exciting tech deep dive. If you've been following along, you know we recently covered the Apple A19 Pro chip, the powerhouse driving the iPhone 17 Pro Max. It's a beast of a processor, no question about it, and it's been generating a ton of buzz online. But today, we're shifting gears to put it head-to-head against Qualcomm's latest flagship chip, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. In my opinion, the A19 Pro might have met its match, and I'm here to break down why. Let's dive into the numbers, compare the benchmarks, and explore what this means for the future of mobile performance in 2026. First, let's set the stage. The Apple A19 Pro, featured in the iPhone 17 Pro Max, has been hailed as a groundbreaking chip, boasting cutting-edge technology and impressive efficiency. But the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, expected to power top-tier Android flagships like the Xiaomi 17 Pro, is coming in hot with some jaw-dropping specs. To get a clear picture, we'll look at two key benchmarking platforms, AnTuTu and Geekbench. These tools give us a solid idea of how these chips stack up in real-world performance, from gaming and multitasking to emulation and more. Let's start with AnTuTu, a benchmark that tests overall system performance, including CPU, GPU, memory, and user experience. The previous generation Snapdragon 8 Elite already posted an incredible score of 2,802,672. Showcasing its dominance in the Android ecosystem. Now compare that to the A19 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max, which, based on the latest data I've gathered online, clocks in at around 2,282,101. That's a significant gap. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 is shaping up to outperform its predecessor, and if these numbers hold, it's not just beating the A19 Pro, it's leaving it in the dust. This suggests that Android flagships powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 could deliver superior performance in demanding tasks like gaming, video editing, and AI-driven applications. Now let's zoom in on Geekbench, which focuses specifically on CPU performance. This benchmark is split into single-core and multi-core scores, giving us insight into how these chips handle tasks ranging from basic apps to heavy multitasking. In single-core performance, the A19 Pro shines, posting a Geekbench score of 3,823. This is impressive, as single-core performance is critical for tasks like web browsing, light gaming, and app responsiveness. However, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 isn't far behind, with a leaked single-core score of 3,705 from the Xiaomi 17. That's a difference of just 118 points. A gap so small it's unlikely to be noticeable in everyday use. Apple's chip may have a slight edge here, but Qualcomm is closing in fast. In multi-core performance, this is where things get really interesting. The A19 Pro scores a respectable 9,870 in multi-core Geekbench tests, but the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5? It's on another level, with a leaked multi-core score of 11,228 from the Xiaomi 17. This massive lead suggests that Android devices powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 will excel in scenarios requiring heavy multitasking or processing power, potentially outpacing the iPhone 17 Pro Max in real-world use. With numbers like these, it's hard to ignore that the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 is a serious contender. The online hype around the A19 Pro has been intense, with some calling it the ultimate mobile chip. But when you compare it to the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 and even MediaTek's Dimensity 9500, which is reportedly on par with the A19 Pro, it's clear the competition is fiercer than ever. The A19 Pro's single-core advantage is notable, but in every other metric, AnTuTu, multi-core Geekbench, and overall system performance, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 appears to have the upper hand. Another area where the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 and Dimensity 9500 could outshine the A19 Pro is emulation. In 2026, Android devices are expected to dominate in running emulators like GameHub, WinLater, and Nintendo Switch emulators. These tools allow users to play console and PC games on their phones, and they rely heavily on raw processing power and GPU performance. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5's superior multi-core scores and rumored GPU improvements make it a prime candidate for delivering smooth, lag-free emulation experiences. Whether you're running retro games or modern titles, Android flagships could offer a significant edge over the iPhone 17 Pro Max in this department. The battle between the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 and the A19 Pro isn't just about benchmarks, it's about the future of mobile technology. Android flagships like the Xiaomi 17 Pro, powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, could set a new standard for performance, challenging Apple's dominance in the premium smartphone market. Meanwhile, the A19 Pro's efficiency and single-core prowess ensure it remains a formidable competitor, especially for iOS users who value seamless integration and optimized software. But let's be real, the numbers tell a compelling story. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5's performance in multi-core tasks and emulation could make it the go-to chip for power users, gamers, and tech enthusiasts. On the flip side, the A19 Pro's single-core strength and Apple's ecosystem might still appeal to those prioritizing a polished, efficient experience. So, what do you think? Is the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 about to dethrone the A19 Pro, or does Apple still hold the crown? Are you Team Android or Team iPhone? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get the conversation going. Also, if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tech content.